talking about February, like you were mentioning, the biggest flow we've seen was still in artificial intelligence. Almost 600 million of euro went into artificial intelligence just in February. Year to date, we're a little bit north of 1 billion going into AI. So that's still the main theme that is gathering assets in Europe. In February, we saw also quite a lot of money going to a theme we call rise of tension, but basically it's around geopolitical risk, geopolitical tension. So obviously Ukraine and so on. So we saw almost 200 million go into that theme just in February, which is quite a lot because AI is a big theme. Rise of tension obviously is a smaller theme. So 200 million is a big percentage increase, right? If we look January and February together in terms of AUM, the second biggest flow driver was semiconductor. So semiconductor saw 300 million around in 2 months of inflows. So again, very much related to AI, obviously. And we've seen, interestingly enough, and that's a continuation a bit of the trend from last year, some flows going into nuclear, so nuclear energy. So we are seeing this kind of renaissance, a little bit of nuclear energy, and energy transition materials. So miners, copper miners, like lithium miners, these type of things. So we are seeing flows going there as well. If we look at the other side of the coin, which is outflows, we continue to see this kind of green fatigue a little bit, where we are seeing clean energy, batteries, continuing to see some outflows year to date, but also in February. If we look at performance, in February, the best performer was blockchain. So we've seen a lot of performance on cryptocurrencies. We've seen Bitcoin reach a new all-time high in February, and so we see blockchain do very well as well. But then just behind semiconductors, so again, the AI wave is working on flows but on performance as well. Something that may be more surprising maybe to people is the third best theme in February was China tech. So there's been a lot of negative headlines around China last 18 months, and obviously the economic data coming out of China is still not very good, but we are seeing some movement in China tech. So China tech gained 12% in February, so that's interesting. But if we widen the scope a little bit for the year, so year to date, semiconductors, AI are in the top 5, and then cybersecurity as well is in the top 5. So what we are seeing is a bit of a widening of this AI wave to semiconductors, of course, but also now to cloud, to cybersecurity.